What's up, guys? I just finished wiring the car back up and I wanted to show you a few functions of the BTI In-Dash display that I have. I have the 7-inch display retrofitted into the OEM Altezza navigation unit. So when you fire it up, you get this cool little screen. This is a screen that Brandon made for me, which is awesome. So the screen that we're looking at right now is the factory screen that comes with the setup. This is pretty much everything that you need in terms of engine parameters. I really like this setup because I could have a 3-pod, which is what I used to have, which I'm only limited to 3 different engine parametrics. So with this, it's unlimited to however many that I can fit in this display. So definitely a super trick, awesome movement. I don't know why E% is showing that. I had it right yesterday, so I'll have to mess with something in the computer. But if you have your gear linked in, which I don't right now, you can have what gear is set up there, so you can do boost by gear, which is great. With an AEM V2 right now, we don't have it set up for boost by gear. I can do that, which I will probably end up doing down the line. But here you can see my fuel pressure down there, oil pressure, water temp, and my intake air temperature. And then you have your RPM range, your PSI here for boost pressure, the target that it wants to hit right there. This is all information that the ECU is sending to the CAN systems, pulling it all from the AEM V2. Then you have your peak boost setup. So basically whatever number that you hit when you just did your last pull, it'll hold it and show you that. Again, there's your target for AFR, what the AFR is right now. The car's not running, so that's fine. Your exact your voltage that you're looking for the battery, and that's that whole setup. So then I can go in and I can actually change the type of screen that I've got here. I can mess with my boost settings. I can mess with my traction settings depending on how my tuner set the car up. I can go in and look at my fuel and ethanol content and everything, your map sensor, all that fun jazz. Then you have your diagnostic type stuff where you can have it set up for your boost pressure and all that type stuff like that I showed you in the last setup. And then your injector pulse width, all that fun jazz, and your degrees of timing. Then you have your peak pressure for boost. Then you have your GPS for acceleration. This is more for boost by gear. Then you have going in, you have your temps, which are all set up right there. I mainly use this one. And I also have this sweet screen that Brandon put in for me for that mimics the R34 dash, which I think is really cool, the MFD display on the R34. I like running that quite a lot because it's very reminiscent of, the generation that the car comes from. So I really like this setup right here. Then you can go in and there's a few more displays like the Lexus Dash, which I also think is super cool. The Lexus Dash is neat. It mimics the IS250 ISF year for the Lexus. And then you have your Supra Dash, which mimics the Supra gauges in the Mark IV Supra, which again is super cool. You got your TRD gauges, so you have a few options there. Going forward and more, you have your DCT settings if I had a DCT transmission, which is again really cool. So you have a lot of different settings for different setups. And then you go in, you have your fuel graph, which is obviously not graphing right now because the car is not on. Then you have, where are we at? AFR graph, which again, the car is not running. But again, if you need this information, it's all there based off of the CAN display on the car, which is, again, super trick. That's a splash screen, which is, I'm a big Star Wars guy, and the name of this car was USDM JZX, United States Domestic Market JZX. If this car was to come in the US, I should have came with a 1J from factory. I love this setup. That was always what I thought. So, everyone's got their things. And yeah, that's pretty much that entire setup. Let's start it up, and I'll show you kind of what it looks like on startup. You can see I have to go ahead and I have to still calibrate some settings and everything, but you have an idea of what it's supposed to look like and what it looks like here. So yeah, that's kind of the MFD display. I have the garage door closed, so I'm going to shut this thing down. But yeah, that is the BTI Dash. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I can do some more videos on this. And thank you for watching. Appreciate it, guys. Have a great day.